A recent study showed that about 27% of investors said that their financial professional was talking about it. But Loren, we know 100% of people will need retirement income. So we're starting the conversation. You've been starting the conversation with people now for more than 20 years.
Yeah, in fact, it's most pre-retirees' number one concern. How are they going to get paid, and what does that actually look like when their employer no longer pays them? And there's a lot of risks that go into upsetting that retirement income plan, if in fact you even have a plan, because most people that we meet with for the first time, and most people who we do meet with for the first time, are currently working with an advisor. But most people don't have that retirement income plan set up, and that's where we need to start. We need to make sure that you have that retirement income set up. And it's really appealing for a lot of people to say, I'm not going to retire for 5 years. I don't need to have that plan for at least another 4 years. And that could not be further from the truth, because the sooner you get started, the more you can address some of these overall bigger risks. And it's all about making sure you add certainty to your retirement income, so you have confidence you're going to get paid the amount you need to get paid when you want to get paid, and you can adjust for all the risks that do come down the pipeline in retirement.
And you mentioned this importance of being proactive on this, having that plan, knowing you're confident that you can retire and what that would look like. We recently had a family we started working with about a year ago. And when we first started, in the wife of the couple, her husband said she'll never retire, she'll never do it. Her kid said she'll never retire, she'll never do it. Well, she thought she was going to retire probably 3 years from now, and she just got the news that she was laid off. Oh. And having that plan has helped her to be able to see that that wasn't the worst thing in the world, because she knew she's confident. She knows her plan is solid. She knows where they're going to go for income and how that looks after that paycheck goes away. So she said, this is actually great. I got 6 more months of severance and then I'm retiring. And everybody thought she'd never do it. Well, things changed in her job. And that's something that we find is about 50% of families aren't going to retire on the date that they think that they will. Some families say that I'm never going to retire. In this case, because she had the plan, she was able to be confident that that was a positive thing rather than losing a job and feeling really terrible about it.
And what a way to retire, to go out with a severance and retire, and she already had that plan in place. What a perfect combination to make that such an easier transition for her than otherwise getting that news. The outside forces made her retire, but then she had to kind of pick up the pieces and build a plan. It's a way different experience.
Yeah, and is that because when you originally wrote the plan with her, clearly you didn't have that retirement date set. You had something in the future. But are you talking to people along the way about, but if you wanted to retire at 62 instead of 64, so that they know that if there's an adjustment that's made by them or their employer, they're going to be okay?
Yeah, one of my favorite things as we build the plan out is it's customizable to you. We'll show you whatever you want to see. So sometimes we will build a scenario. What if you retire at 62? What if you retire at 64? What if you work all the way until 66? And then families can see. And instead of saying, I think I should retire here, or I think I'm okay here, now they know, here's what it would look like if I retired at this time. And for her, we built a scenario that was kind of an earlier retirement, but she full well knew she wasn't planning on retiring that soon. But then that's the scenario that she already had printed off in her plan at home that she could flip through and say, hey, losing my job right now is not the worst thing. It's just going to actually speed up my retirement date. And the plan has helping to guide them to see what that path forward looks like.